Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are going to completely demystify Git and GitHub. We're taking them from intimidating developer jargon and turning them into your absolute essential superpowers for coding, seamless collaboration, and honestly, literal time travel for your projects. If you've ever been terrified of losing your code or accidentally breaking a project right before a deadline, you are exactly where you need to be. So here's our roadmap for today. We're hitting 6 key areas. What are Git and GitHub, setting up your first project, the journey of add and commit, branching and collaboration, resolving merge conflicts, and finally, time travel, where we fix our mistakes. All right, let's jump right into section 1. What are Git and GitHub? We're going to break down the core differences. Because to really kick things off, we have to tackle the absolute most common question every beginner has. What exactly is the difference between the two? Honestly, it's so easy to mix them up when you're just starting out, but understanding their distinct roles is the absolute foundation of your journey as a developer. They work super closely together, but they are absolutely not the same thing. Think of it this way. Git is a version control system that lives entirely locally, right on your computer. It's kind of like a super detailed bank statement that tracks every single code transaction you make on your hard drive, when a file was added, deleted, or modified. GitHub, on the other hand, is a website. It acts almost like an Instagram portfolio for developers. It's where you can safely store, manage, and basically show off your final projects to the rest of the world. Moving on to section 2, first project on GitHub and setting up your online developer resume. Now, why does all this matter in the real world? Well, take a listen to this anecdote. At my Microsoft internship, we used Git and GitHub to manage our code. This isn't just some abstract theory for a college class. Mastering these tools is exactly what you need for top-tier tech jobs. Your GitHub profile essentially becomes a verifiable, public online resume that recruiters and interviewers can check to see your actual coding skills in action. And as you dive in, you're going to hear the word repository, or repo, thrown around constantly. What is it? Basically, it's just the main folder holding all your project's hard work. It's got your proper code files, plus the hidden tracking files that Git uses to log your history. It is literally the digital box where your project lives on GitHub. Next up, section 3, the journey of add and commit, where we talk about securing your code changes. So here's the crucial part, actually saving your progress once you've written your code. Saving in Git happens in 2 incredibly relatable stages. Think of it like a major relationship milestone. Step 1 is Git add. This is the engagement phase. You're taking your files and placing them in what's called a staging area. You're declaring your intentions to save, but it's not quite permanent yet. Step 2 is Git commit. This is the actual wedding. It creates a permanent final record, a historical snapshot in your project's timeline that safely locks in those stage changes for good. And to make that happen, you've got an essential cheat sheet of daily commands. You're going to use these literally all the time. First, Git clone lets you download a remote repository straight to your machine using a URL. Then there's Git status, which is basically your best friend. It checks the exact state of your files to tell you if they're untracked, modified, or safely staged. And finally, Git push is that last step, pushing your local committed code all the way up to GitHub to be stored and shared. All right, section 4, branching and collaboration, or how to work safely with teams. Because once you've got the hang of working solo, you're going to want to collaborate without, stepping on anyone's toes. Picture a main tree trunk representing your core project timeline. On day 2, let's say a developer needs to build a totally new feature. Instead of modifying the main project directly and risking breaking the whole thing, they split off into a feature branch. They work completely isolated. Then, by day 3, once the feature is absolutely perfect and tested, they can safely merge that branch right back into the main timeline. But how do you bring those branches back together safely? That's where a pull request, or a PR, comes in. Basically, you're asking for permission. You're telling the team, hey, I've pushed changes to my feature branch and I want to merge them into the main project. This gives senior developers the chance to review your code, drop some comments, catch any bugs, and formally approve your changes before they ever go live. Which brings us to section 5, resolving merge conflicts and fixing those inevitable collaborative code clashes. Because let's face it, teamwork isn't always perfect. A merge conflict pops up when 2 developers edit the exact same line of code in totally different ways and then try to merge it. Git gets confused because it honestly doesn't know whose code to keep. But seriously, do not panic when you see this error in your terminal. It just means Git's automatic system is stepping back and needs you, the human, to step in and make the call on which version of the code is actually correct. Resolving this is actually pretty simple once you break it down. Step 1, your code editor, like VS Code, is going to explicitly highlight the clash for you, showing your current code right next to the incoming code from your teammate. Step 2, you just literally click a button to accept your change, their change, or sometimes even keep both if that's what's needed. Finally, step 3, you save the file and commit the resolution. Boom, conflict solved. Finally, section 6. Time travel, fixing mistakes, and the ultimate undo button. Let's unlock what is definitely the best superpower in software engineering, one that completely removes the fear of making a mistake. It's called Git reset. This command is a literal time machine. Let's say you accidentally delete a crucial file, or you just completely break your project and you've already committed it. Well, Git reset instantly reverts your project back to a previous, completely safe working state. So definitely keep these 2 undo commands handy on your desk. If you just need to unstage a file that you added by mistake, type git reset followed by the file name. Simple. But if you made a genuinely terrible commit, dropping the command git reset head super simple will seamlessly strip away that latest messy commit. Head just refers to your current place in history, and the -1 means you're stepping back exactly 1 commit, restoring everything perfectly to the way it was right before that mistake happened. So now that you're armed with a literal time machine for your code, when are you making your first commit? You've got the skills, the collaboration know-how, and the ultimate safety net. There is absolutely zero reason to fear messing up your code anymore. The only question left is, when will you start building your developer legacy? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Go set up that GitHub account and happy coding.